Yeah, welcome back to today's class. Today we want to look at nested if statement. You know, you've been told that you are a spirit being living in a soul, with a soul living in a body. But I'm actually telling you that it's the other way around, meaning your body is living inside your soul and your soul inside your spirit. It's like a container this way. So you have something like this. This is your spirit. Then this is your soul. Then this is your body. Now, none of this is the world. So the world is like a screen where your body projects the reality, right? Now, this is how it works. So I am going to use nested if, that is, if statement inside another if statement to illustrate this concept in programming. My channel is Religion, Science, and Technology, and all I'm trying to teach you is manifestation in reality, using programming as as a way to teach that concept. So I'm going to write a nested if statement on the screen for you to see. But before then, let me show you the syntax of nested if. So the syntax is if, then you have condition one, you go in. So if the condition is true, then you have another if statement to test another condition. You test the condition two. So if this is true, then you now go in and print out the statement. You can make it multiple. So this one will end here, and then this one will end here. So this is the syntax for nested if statement. Now, how do you draw the flowchart for this? So you can simply come here and say you are testing the first condition. Then if this condition one is true, you go in and test the second condition, which is condition two. Now, if this is true, you print out a statement. If it is false, you have this. Now, if this one is false, you have this. So this all will come here and then end. So this is the beginning. So if this is true, you go. If this is false, you exit. Now, if the second condition is true, then you print out the statement. But if it is false, you exit. So all of them now come out this way. So this is nested if flowchart. So let's write the program illustrating the three concepts that I just told you, which is the concept of the spirit, the soul, and the body. Okay. So I will say hash include, my followers already know this, include stdio dot h. Then here I will say int main. I'm writing my main function. Then I'm having my curly bracket for multiple statements. So here I will say, I will declare three variables. The first variable will be spirit, second variable will be soul, and then the third variable will be body. So I will declare these three variables. So int spirit is active. Then I will assign one to it. So spirit active, this is a variable. This underscore is joining this spirit and active together. Okay, so I will declare another variable in the integer rem. So this is integer rem, this is another integer rem. Then I will say soul, or here I will say spirit exists, soul is active. Then I will assign one to it. Then I will declare another variable again. Body is functioning. Then I will assign one to it. So I've declared three variables. The first one is spirit exists. Second one is soul active. Body is functioning. So I have declared these three variables in this integer rem. So consider the integer rem as the main simulation. And then you have all these other ones existing in that simulation. So now I'm going to write my nested if statement. So here I will say if Then I will have the first condition, which is what? Spirit exists. Then I will go in. If spirit exists, I'll come in and then test the second condition. If soul active, then I'll go in and I'll test the third condition. If body is functioning, right? Then I'll go in and I'll do F, print F, full human. Just because of space, I'm just writing this. Full human. Then I will close this. Now, this my inner if statement. So I'm going to end that here. Then this one, I'm going to end it here. This one, I'm going to end it here. This one, I'm going to end it here. Then I don't know if you are still seeing this button. So this one should be here. But before then, I'm going to write return 0, returning to the operating system. So this curly bracket, I'll end it here. Right? Now, this is my program. So how does this work? I have declared 3 variables. This spirit exists, soul active, body is functioning. I have declared them in the integer realm. So I'm now testing my if. If spirit exists simply means spirit exists is the same thing as saying spirit equals to 1. So this is different from this. In this one, you are assigning 1 to spirit exists, which is the variable. But in this one, it means spirit exists is carrying 1 as a value. So if that is true, which is true, then you will go in and say soul active. That is also true. Then you will go in and say body is functioning. That is true. Then it will print F full human. If I change this place to 0, nothing will be printed out on the screen because the spirit does not exist. And when the spirit does not exist, soul cannot be active. Now, if I change this to 1 and I change this to 0, it means the spirit exists, but soul is not active, so nothing can come out in the physical world. But if I change this to 1 and I change this to 0, it means spirit and soul exist, but the body does not exist, so you cannot see practical manifestation. So for you to have this full human on the screen, then you must have everything as 1. So that is the concept of nested if statement, which you have just seen me demonstrate. So you can make it much more complex than this. So I'm going to code blocks and I'm going to demonstrate this for you to see. This is the concept of nested if. If inside if. You can have nested if else statement. So that's what I want to show you in this class today. Now, if you have come with me this far, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you are not following me, you can follow me on my Facebook page, and you can also subscribe to my channel on YouTube if you have not done so. So let's go to code blocks. Okay, so this is our code block for nested if statement. As it is our custom, I have written the program so that this class will not be too long. So this is our nested if statement. Now I created 3 variables in the integer realm, and I assigned value 1, 1, 1 to them. And then this is the if. I'm testing the first condition. If spirit exists, meaning spirit equals to 1, then go in and test the second condition. If soul is active, then go in and test the third condition, right? So this is hierarchical from top to bottom. Now, because these 3 exist, you are going to print out the person is fully expressing their existence on the screen. Then you will come out of the if block of statements and then print out hello world. So whether this is true or not, hello world will always be printed on the screen. So let's compile this and then demonstrate it for you to see. So build and run. So because everything is true, it's printing out the person is fully expressing their existence. and then to print out hello world. So it's printing out what is here, and then this one. Now, if I change this one to 0, it will only print out hello world. See, hello world. Now, if I change this to 1 and I change this one to 0, it will only still print out hello world, because see, hello world. Now, if I come here and I add, maybe, let's say I pick this, I just copy this. Let's say I copy this and I put it inside this place. I put it here. I can call it, still bring this here. And I put it here. Right? And then I change this one to the spirit exists. And then I change this one to the soul is active. Right? Then this one is the person is fully expressing. So if I do this and I run and I put this as 1 again, so it's going to print out the spirit exists, the soul is active, the person is fully expressing their existence. See, it will print out the spirit exists, the soul is active, the person is fully expressing their existence, and then hello world. But if I change this place to 0, it will print out the spirit exists, the soul is active, and then hello world. So at that point, I'm going to remove this one because it's not coming to the world. So I'm just going to comment that out. So it's going to print out the spirit exists, the soul is active. The person is fully expressing their existence will not be printed out because there is no body. It only has spirit and soul, right? So I'm going to execute. See, it's printing out the spirit exists, the soul is active. That's all. Then, if I change this one to 1 and I change this one to 0, it will only print out the spirit exists. Because since the soul does not exist, it is impossible for the body to be functioning. So even if you put 1 as for the body is functioning, it will not still print out because this one is dependent on the soul existing or the soul being active. So if I execute this, it's just going to print out the spirit exists. Now, you can see that it didn't print out the person is fully expressing their existence because this one depends on if the soul is active. Now, if I change this to 0 and I change this to 1, it is not possible for the soul to exist, and it is also not for the soul to be active, and it is also not possible for the body to exist because there is no connection to the spirit. So even if you have a body and you have a soul, because there is no spirit, there will be no manifestation. Because the soul is dependent on the spirit. Now, if I execute this, it's not going to print out anything on the screen. You see, there is no display of anything on the screen. So for it to function, you need to have these 3 in alignment. So you have the spirit exists, the soul is active, then the person is fully expressing their existence. That means these 3 are in alignment. If one of them is out of the alignment, then you're not going to see anything in the world. You will not see any manifestation. So that is what I have to show you in this class, the dependency of each of them. Now, we'll see in the next class, which is what? Switch case. So till we see then, bye-bye.